So, why do you think abortion is not murder?
Well, because there's no life before 22 weeks.
You said there's no life
before 22 weeks.
Well,
like,
okay,
there's no
first of
brain
all,
activity.
Hold on.
No.
Well,
okay, hold on. Can I say something?
yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah, no, go.
So, I mean, there's at least an argument to be made if you want to say that it's not an actual baby, but there is no argument to be made that it's not. It is human life.
Science.
It is human life from starting with conception. It's human life. You can say it's not a baby, but it's human life. I mean, that's
but
arguable.
I mean,
I don't care. I don't care. It's science. It's human life.
okay,
When it's conceived, when sperm meets egg, it's automatically human life. You can say it's not a fully formed human. That's not a baby, but it's human life.
Okay.
I mean, that's not going to.
I just don't believe that there's any life to a human or anything unless there's brain activity, and that doesn't even show up to 22 weeks. But like, I just want to ask you,
don't get abortions after 22 weeks.
Then I want to ask you this: if you get in a car accident today and you go brain dead, and they have to put you all your organs onto life support, does that mean that you're not a person?
I wouldn't want to be on life support if I'm brain dead.
Okay, well, that's your choice. But so I had a friend who was in a car accident, and he was brain dead for almost 6 days, and he recovered, and now he's walking around. He's fine, and he's attending university as of this year. So when he was brain dead, this is kind of a separate discussion, but when he was brain dead, was he no longer a person? Life just had no value.
You can come back from death. I mean, people die and they come back to life, but I would consider him dead.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, I would think that is very rare. I would believe that if you're
but what you're saying is that is
come back and function normally and walk around and all that. I mean, I just don't see how that's happened.
So, but are you saying he's not a human?
No, I'm not saying.
I know what I'm saying is, so when his name's Aubrey Thompson, you can look up his story. It's actually pretty famous.
No, yeah.
But are you saying that when he was brain dead, he wasn't a person?
No, I'm not saying he's not a person.
So what's the difference between when a baby doesn't have, or for the sake of you, let's not say
not a baby.
Let's just say a fetus doesn't have brain function.
So what's the difference?
Does that mean that even if it's not a person at that point, does that mean that it has no value?
I mean, listen, I'm not saying it doesn't have value. I'm not saying that.
If your mom is pregnant and I go up to her and I punch her in the stomach, if she's only, say, 2 weeks pregnant, is that equivalent to if I just punched her in the stomach and she wasn't pregnant?
Probably. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I'm not a woman, so I don't know how,
So
I wouldn't know, but
kicking a pregnant woman in the stomach is just as bad as kicking a woman
pregnant.
who
You
isn't
can,
pregnant
just walk away from that baby. Maybe that woman is not mentally or economically ready to have that child. But you guys,
she can give it up for
walk
adoption.
away from that. What?
Adoption's free. You put a baby up for adoption.
Guess what?
Costs no money.
Adoption doesn't always work because as soon as that child turns 18 and they didn't get adopted, they're just thrown out on their own by themselves.
Okay, so
and what would you do if a woman?
We've had this argument before. We've had this
argument before. That's not true. Children don't just end up on the street. We have state-run adoption agencies to take care of children. So no baby is just going to be put on the street and, all right, little baby, grow up in the sewer.
We had this argument on Twitter, right?
Yeah, we did.
Same argument, yeah.
Every child who doesn't have a home goes to
a foster system.
A foster system, which is much better than being thrown into a trash can.
Yes.
Okay, they're not thrown into a trash can. But once again, I'm asking you, what would you do if the woman was raped? Or what would you do if that baby was going to have fatal birth defects?
I'll put baby.
Okay, hold on. So you're saying, what would I do if that baby was endangering the life of the mother?
Yeah.
Well, that's a totally different issue, because then at that point you have two lives on the line, and it's if you had to save one, who would you save? I mean, that's tough. That in that case, you definitely have to let the woman make that decision.
The woman should always have the decision. The men really shouldn't have much say in it anyways. because the men can just walk away. They can just go adios.
Well, I find two things wrong with your reasoning there. The first is that when the woman consents to having sex, then she's acknowledging that the risk of having a child. So
but you should still be able to have sex and not have to worry about a child, because listen, I mean, condoms don't always work and birth control doesn't always work, but that means you shouldn't be able not to have sex.
Okay. Well, maybe hold on. Well, you're missing the point. What's the purpose of sex? At the end of the day, it's
to make a child.
to conceive.
Not if you're
we can circumvent nature,
not if
but
you're
don't
gay.
get mad
what's the point of having sex if you're gay? Not to have a child, obviously. It's a.
Wait, could you repeat that? I couldn't hear that.
What if you're gay? Gay sex is not to have a child. It's a form of love.
Yeah, well, gay sex is different because it doesn't make any biological sense. Animals in nature don't have gay sex for a reason.
Actually, a lot of animals are actually gay. There's been scientifically proven that a lot of animals are gay, and they have gay sex.
Is Parks and Rec?
Yeah. All right, that's interesting. I'm actually going to research that after this.
Okay, you go ahead. It shows up that a lot of mammals actually have homosexuality in it.
I'm sorry. So I'm kind of distracted.
So you saying that my
before.
type of sex is not biologically, right?
Because no, gay sex. No, I mean, gay sex doesn't make any biological sense. It's science. I mean, sperm isn't made to go into your anus.
Okay, but why does that matter? Like, love is love, but that's a different topic for a different time.
Yeah, I agree. But it doesn't have anything to do with this.
But once again, you are a straight white male. You have never been oppressed in your life. You never will be oppressed in your life.
True.
Hold on.
I'm also straight.
Hold on.
Also, you felt straight.
Did you just assume my gender?
Okay.
I'm transitioning.
Yeah. Okay.
That was
what?
rude.
That's
really?
so
Are
rude.
you? I mean, listen. I mean, so you're transitioning, but you don't. So you're a part of the LGBT community, but you don't support the gay part of it. So that's like very hard to believe for me.
Well, I mean,
No. I absolutely support gay rights. I never said I don't support the gay community.
I have gay friends.
So
it's not anti-gay to say that you can't have a baby from anal sex.
But you saying it's making no biological, like, why do you care? Like, for me, what you were saying is saying that there was no purpose of having gay sex.
No, biologically, there is no purpose. It serves no purpose.
But
sex
is not for biologically gay sex. I'm sorry. Sex is just a form of love and lust.
That's part of it, absolutely. But it's also a way to create offspring.
Okay, but not always.
I mean, evolutionarily, that's why it exists.
I mean, listen, I don't think that, like, I wouldn't support, like, I'm not going to be happy, like, go get an abortion. But if a woman makes the decision to get an abortion, I'm not going to hate her for it. If my sister decides to go get an abortion, I'm not like, yes, a sin, that's sick, that's disgusting. I'm going to, help her, because a woman just doesn't go and get an abortion. Abortion is, like, the hardest decision a woman will ever have to make in her life.
Maybe for some people, but, I mean, there are some people who have multiple...
and yes, people will abuse it. On a fairly regular people basis. Abuse everything. People abuse everything. I mean, people abuse healthcare, like Medicare, food stamps. Like, they abuse it, and All
right. Well, I guess the root of my argument is that the woman, she should actually absolutely have complete control over her body. Mm-hmm. But a baby isn't a part of her body; it's inside her body. And she shouldn't be able to decide whether or not a baby gets to live off of her convenience. A woman doesn't get to decide the value of life. If Casey Anthony decides that she doesn't want a baby, she can't just go kill her baby and walk free. She doesn't get to decide the value of life.
I don't listen. Abortion to me, 22 weeks. I don't believe there's life there. There might be. That's your decision. That's your view. I support your decision. I support your views on that.
It's not a baby yet, but it's a scientific fact. It's human life.
I just don't believe there's life there. I mean,
it absolutely is human life. Okay, if you don't get an abortion, what's going to happen? You think that it's going to develop into a cat? You think it's going to develop into a dog?
No, it's going to develop into a baby.
No, it's going to develop into a human.
But
that's human life.
It's not human life yet. It's a fetus. It is cells. It's
human life.
It's not.
It's human DNA, human X and Y chromosomes, or just X chromosomes, or XX chromosomes, or maybe some hermaphrodite.
But once again,
I'm sorry, but the DNA dictates that it is human life.
Okay,
I don't understand why you're making this argument of all arguments, because this is not an argument. Go ask
It is an argument because
no, it's not. Go ask the biggest scientist. Ask the biggest feminist abortion provider in the world whether or not a fetus is human life. They'll tell you.
Not their opinion.
Resoundingly,
it evolves into
yes,
human
it's resounding.
It's not.
Yes, you might. Okay, you can make the argument that it's not a baby, but it's human life. It's not going to develop into anything else other than a baby.
Exactly. No, I agree with that, but I just don't believe that it's
human life.
Living. I don't think that you can't kill it if it's not living. You're just preventing it from happening. But that's once again different topic. I'm just saying.
Meanie, I agree. Humans suck.
They do. But
sorry, I was responding to the comment.
So you're not. You said that you weren't against it if that baby's life is infecting the mother's. It's go kill the baby. I'm sorry, kill the mother. Then the mother should have the choice.
Yeah,
that's a rough decision.
Yeah, that's a tough decision, but the
mother
should have the choice.
I have someone close to me who's had an abortion, and a lot of people didn't support her. So but I did. But I knew when she did that, it wasn't because I don't want this child. I want this child to be dead. It's because she financially couldn't take care of it, and also she was raped.
Okay, well, two things. First, absolutely, I agree. I don't think we should be reacting with hate towards people who get abortions. I mean, we should be reaching out to those people in love. But even if a woman is financially unable to to take care of a baby, A, she can give it up for adoption, and B, that she still doesn't get to decide the value of that human life. It's human life. She doesn't get to decide the value of it.
I think that woman.
You understand it? So nobody gets to decide the value of that human life. At no point. I mean, society as a whole decides that human life is valuable.
I don't even really think that abortion should be a government issue. It just should be a moral right, because once again, that woman has to deal with that process of having that child, and a lot of women have a hard time for giving that baby up for adoption, because once you give birth to it, and even when the fetus is developing in the womb, it's hard for it to, you get a connection with that. But
you're making my argument right now.
You get a connection to it, so it's hard to have an abortion. It's hard to give up for adoption. I'm not denying that.
Oh, you're right. It's so hard to give your child up for adoption. You know what else is tough is when you're a baby and you get aborted. I mean, honestly, I don't feel bad for anyone who has to carry a baby to term because they consensually agreed to have sex. I don't feel bad for that person at all. You know who I feel bad for? I feel bad for the baby. What if it was you? What if you were that baby who their life is cut short because someone was too irresponsible to use the right contraceptives or too irresponsible to take the responsibility of that child, to even carry it to term and give it up for adoption. I mean, that's honestly, I'm sorry, but that's honestly one of the most evil things I can imagine in my mind, is because of my own convenience, because it's going to be tough for me financially to take care of this baby, of this, let's not say baby for your sake, let's not say baby, let's just say human life. Of this human life, it's going to be tough for me to take care of it if I carry it to term. So I'm just going to crush it.
Wait,
you're saying that
go ahead.
It's illegal to endangered species in the United States and all over the world it's illegal. I would go to jail if I killed a bald eagle, for instance.
I mean, yeah.
So are you really going to argue that a bald eagle has more intrinsic value?
No, it doesn't.
I don't think it does. That's ridiculous.
I don't think
that's
it
just
does.
evil.
I mean, I don't think you listen. I'm not for killing.
By the way, you're losing this argument 500.
Okay, but listen, I don't care. Listen, I really don't care if 600 or almost 630 people agree with you and 1% agrees with me. I don't care. I honestly don't. But guess what? When you give a baby up for adoption, that doesn't mean it's always going to get adopted. Yes, there's organizations that
maybe it doesn't get adopted.
Let me speak. So be quiet. So does it mean that child will always get adopted? Yes, there's organizations that will help that child, and yes, there's food stamps to help that child. But still, that child is going to live more than likely a life of poverty, and we have enough children in poverty. Now, yes, they can get education and everything. That's great. But, they might not be financially stable if they're on their own. And so I just don't.
So
but going back to rape.
What chance are you giving a baby when you kill it in the womb?
Right,
what chance does it have to become?
You're giving it a better.
Okay, you're saying that because there's a chance that baby won't get adopted. Well, let's imagine the worst case scenario. If you carry that baby to term and give it up for adoption, let's imagine the worst case scenario possible. So that baby grows up in foster care. It lives in you would say poverty. Let's keep in mind that poverty in the United States, especially in a state-run adoption agency, their life is a lot more well-funded than the average person living on welfare in the United States. And the quality of life of an orphan in the United States is a lot better than 90% of the people living in the world. So you're saying that the quality of life of someone who grows up as an orphan is so bad that we shouldn't even give them the chance to live. And I'd also say that if you're going to make that argument, you should at least give that child the right to decide. So if the quality of life is so bad that it's not worth living, which I think is a ridiculous argument, then at least give them the choice to decide that it's so bad. I mean, it sounds terrible, but they can always, if they would rather die, they can always kill themselves. That's a terrible argument.
That's a terrible
exactly.
argument.
That's terrible, but that's what you want to
scenario.
That's what you want to do. You're saying, let's just kill it now.
I don't listen. No. Once again, you're not listening. You're just thinking like, okay, I support abortion. I'm in for killing. I'm not in for murder at all. But it should be a moral right for a woman to decide if she should have that baby. Because me as a male, I mean, I would never have a baby anyways because I'm gay. But
or because you're male.
Wait, hold up. No. I did not interrupt you at all, so you don't need to interrupt me. So.
All right, I apologize. Go ahead.
But me being, if I was a straight male, I would not have to worry about me having a baby. If I got a woman pregnant, I could just go and leave. That woman is stuck with that baby.
Dang it. Gonna lose him.
No. Now we have 0 likes, but before we had like
over 1,000. I like how he turned his camera off when he saw those 2 white guys.
Did you just assume my gender?
Well, there's gay animals. It sounds like an episode of Parks and Rec. Oh, our light still came back.
Okay.
I'm at 20% battery too.
Sorry. So we're gonna have to be the last one.
Yeah. I'm gonna sit home with my phone on the charger. Just talk to you. It's like taking over. Every time you like take the phone, you just take over.
Sorry.
I got this.
Where he's wrong is that he's still trying to say that the woman should get
right.
decide
she
right
shouldn't.
Of the child. But when you're saying a woman has the choice whether or not she wants to have a baby, you're saying that the woman gets to decide the value of that life.
Yeah. Wait, am I still on? Can people still hear me?
I don't know.
Waiting for him? I wasn't asking you. Obviously, you can hear me talking to the people here. Oh, yes, they can hear me. What's up? So y'all can hear me. Dope. All right, well.
Blame the likes come back?
Yeah, they did. Blame Twitter for this because I was trying to move a notification.
Twitter idiots.
Hit it. Blame Twitter for everything. It's not my fault.
This app is awesome.
This app is awesome. King Gate left me.
Follow me on Twitter at Zach Appelo.
Follow me on Twitter. My name is the same as it is here. Ty Van Dyne. Just don't put any spaces.
Well, what is my Twitter handle? It might not be Zach. Yeah, it is at Zach Appelo.
I'll keep talking about your likes. You realize like 2 people give you 1,000. I have no clue how this works, honestly.
Appelo.
I like my video.
Appelo. Why do we only have 3 likes?
Likes don't even matter. You're the only person that cares about likes here.
They do matter.
They don't. Look, I'll keep talking about likes. Do you realize it doesn't matter? RLM. And they don't like you. Roasted. Ouch. Man, my opponent's gone. It's just us, Meanie, who is actually very mean, and Kaylee Payne. He's using that dog filter. Nice. Well, I don't know who uses dog filters.
Oh, in the garden.
True. Alright, well, it looks like.
Where is this guy?
Alright, it says unavailable. I think we're done. Oh, I got around the dog filter. Oh, you should have used a picture without the dog filter. I wouldn't have brought it up. You change your profile picture on email? Well, that's awkward. I'm going to feel bad.
Well, can I reply to this?
Zach, I feel like you're going to say something bad, so no.
No, I was going to say follow me on Twitter at Zach Appelo.
Oh, okay.
Follow me on Twitter at Zach Appelo.
Here we go.
Chary.
I'll put the names in the link. I'll put our Twitter names. I'm 1 follower from this, so.
At least one. I mean, over 1,000 likes. I mean, we should get like 1,000.
I mean, I know that might have been the same person liking it over and over again, but I don't care. I'll follow you on Instagram. That's my Insta too.
What's my Instagram?
That's my Insta too. Boom. Follow me on Insta.
My Insta.
It's probably just Zach Appelo.
How do you
click on it? Click on your name. No, click on your pictures.
Z Appelo 1.
I could yes, because everyone. Appelo 1. Type your Insta. I just did. I'm not private either because being private sucks.
So I'm private.
Zach's private. Or likes came back. Heck yeah, everybody there. All right, well, I've done like 15%. So follow me on Insta, follow me on Twitter.
We're gonna roll out.